I don't know, does it? Yeah, it does amplify. All right, sorry. All right, first of all, I have Judge Tam Bowie with the Snohomish County District Court Everett Division, Judge Doug Fair, Snohomish County District Court South Division, retired Judge Thomas Wynn with Snohomish County Superior Court, Snohomish County Superior Court Judge John Scott, Skagit County Superior Court, or excuse me, District Court Presiding Judge Jennifer Housen, and Marysville Municipal Court Judge Fred Gilling. On my right, I have Judge Anthony Howard with the Snohomish County District Court Everett Division, and Judge-elect Rick Leo with the Evergreen Division of the District Court. I have Superior Court Judge Anna Alexander is with us. Skagit County Superior Court Commissioner Heather Shand. Valerie Befew, judge from the Linwood Municipal Court. And also with us and going to be speaking for us today is Judge Lori Towers with Marysville Municipal Court. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us for this momentous occasion for the District Court. We are absolutely thrilled to be adding our newest member today. Jennifer was interviewed through a very competitive process through the District Court, and we're extremely excited to have her join us. I think that you'll hear from Judge Towers a little bit more about Jennifer, but some of the things that really stood out to me through the interview process and knowing Jennifer, frankly, for several years, is just her outstanding work ethic. I have no doubt that she will add a great deal to the District Court, given her work ethic. She also has a tremendous amount of compassion that's shown through through her written materials as she applied through this process, as well as through her interview. I'm extremely excited about her ability to work with other stakeholders. She's demonstrated that at the City of Marysville, where she worked for several years on innovative programs and helped to move the court forward. So I'm really, really excited about you bringing that to us. Jennifer, I know that you're going to be an excellent addition. I hope you enjoy your time at the District Court as much as I have. It's an absolutely wonderful group of people to work with. With that, I am going to ask Judge Towers to speak on. Yes, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lori Towers. I'm one of two judges for Marysville Municipal Court, and I'm very happy and honored to be here to speak on behalf of Jennifer. I can see many individuals that are here for her this afternoon, and we're all here for one purpose, one reason, and one person, and that's Jennifer Millett, who's going to be sworn in today as the next District Court Commissioner. Some of you know her very well, personally, professionally, colleagues, members I see of the defense bar, prosecutors. She has family members here today. Her husband, Derek, one of her daughters is here today, Kate, and her son, Jake. Her dad and her stepmother are present, and members of the Millett family are here to celebrate, as well as her mom, who's viewing this virtually. So we're all here to honor her this afternoon. And of course, members of the judiciary. And I would like to give a special shout out to the Snohomish County District Court Judiciary, who had the collective wisdom to hire her as the next court commissioner. I'd like to kind of give you a little background on Jennifer, how she forged this path to becoming a court commissioner. It wasn't something that occurred overnight. I hope to give you just a little snippet of perhaps the person that she is and what kind of a commissioner she's going to be as the next Snohomish County District Court Commissioner. And so I'm going to start with a little bit about her education, her background, which began in Spokane, Washington. She is a ZAG through and through, both having her education And I know some of you ZAG fans will appreciate that. She began her education in college at Gonzaga University and obtained her bachelor's degree in history and then minored in political science. Her last year of college is where she met her husband, Derek, and decided to follow and move towards legal education, and then completed her legal education with Gonzaga University there, getting her Juris Doctorate. And about 20 years ago, approximately, she decided to make the journey west of the mountains and come here to Snohomish County. And that journey took her to the Snohomish County Superior Court, where she clerked for the Honorable Thomas Wynn, who's present tonight. And so she did her first legal job with Judge Wynn and gained some invaluable experience. As in those days, and it appears in today, currently, a natural progression from clerking for a Superior Court judge. You may choose to go as a prosecutor or public defender and stay in the county. So her chosen career path was to go to the Snohomish County prosecutor's office, where she served for about 5 years with the Snohomish County prosecutor's office as a deputy prosecutor in various capacities. She handled cases from district court to juvenile court. She worked in the felony domestic violence unit and also worked in the non-violent property crimes unit and drug unit. Then around 2008, about 15 years ago, she was enticed to work for the city of Marysville. And of course, that's where she's coming from as she makes her progression to the commissioner. So during the last 15 years, I've had an opportunity to personally see her practice on almost a daily basis in the municipal court. So most of you may or may not know, but practicing in municipal court can be very high volume, high stress. You're juggling a lot of criminal cases, jury trials. You have a lot of tasks, whether it's advising, training, working with police departments. She was one of the first prosecutors to work with her police officers and do one of the first extreme risk protection orders in our county several years ago when that law came out. She's been twice honored as a prosecutor, prosecuting cases involving animal cruelty. And along the 15 years that she's served as a prosecutor, she has mentored and trained numerous Rule 9 interns that have gone on to be successful attorneys in our county as well as other counties. So when I talked to Jennifer, I asked her to reflect on her time in Marysville and whether or not there was anything in particular that stood out that maybe she felt particularly proud of or that she thought was important to mention. And one of the first things that she told me was her participation and involvement in our courts MAP program. That is our mental health therapeutic program that the court started about a little over 4 years ago. I think we're going to be going into our 5th year this spring. But this is a therapeutic program in which chronic offenders that the court would see over and over that were suffering with mental health disorders, oftentimes with substance use disorders, would become a part of this alternative program. And hopefully through the success of completing that program, graduate. It's a team effort. It's collaborative with Jennifer as being the assigned and she had stayed as the assigned prosecutor throughout her tenure as a prosecutor. There's an assigned public defender. There's a MAP person, a liaison that we call, that helps facilitate the process, and of course, the assigned judge. And over the years, she has been a proud participant in that program, helped to work on our handbook manual for guiding principles of that program, and has successfully seen numerous individuals change their lives and get out of the court system and graduate on to a happy and successful life out of our municipal court system. So several years into her tenure as a prosecutor, Jennifer approached both Judge Gillings and myself and was interested in becoming a pro tem judge. So as many of you know, getting that experience when you're already a prosecutor and working full-time as a prosecutor, and you're a full-time mom, and you have a family to attend to, is pretty difficult. But she began that journey, and she began by using her days off and her vacation time to start pro temping. And with, sacrifice both to herself and I'm sure her family, but here you are today. She started in Edmonds Municipal Court and then moved on to Black Diamond Municipal Court, and now more recently Puyallup Municipal Court, and then regularly at San Juan District Court. So she gained over the years much valued experience in different jurisdictions, different courts, filling in for the judges in those jurisdictions. So I can give you all that, the education, training, experience that she has, and she definitely marks all those boxes off. But when I think of the kind of judicial officer that I want to serve in our community, Jennifer Millett, the person, is the individual that I want to see. I want someone, of course, that has experience in the work, someone who understands the issues that a judicial officer faces, that those issues are not always cut and dry, someone that can see the whole picture and understand that the decision that they make can significantly impact others. I want a judicial officer with a record of public service. I want someone that's able to think outside of the box when the status quo no longer works. I want someone who's prepared, someone who can back her decisions with legal authority, but yet can explain it in common language so that everyone understands it. I want someone who understands the enormity of the responsibility of being a judicial officer, who's not overwhelmed by it, but can stand by her decision with confidence. I'd like to share a few comments from some individuals that have worked with Jennifer in her various capacities over the last few years. So I'd like to acknowledge Mayor Naring, who's here with the city of Marysville. And his comment was, first, he wanted to start out by saying just how much Jennifer's going to be missed. But one of the things he said was, one of the many things that I appreciate about Jennifer is the consistent excellence of her work performance. Some people show flashes of great performance, or even for a few years, but then they sort of settle into a routine. Jennifer has consistently pushed herself to excel and find new ways to raise the level of her own work and that of her prosecutorial team here. He's also said that Jennifer has on multiple occasions come to me over the years with ideas and proposals that she put together with solid research and practical thoughts. These ideas and proposals from Jennifer have resulted in some lasting changes that have served our citizens in meaningful ways. I'm confident Jennifer will excel in this new role and challenge as she has here. Judge Gillings, who's seen Jennifer for the last 15 years, says, Jennifer's been a reliant, consistent member of the prosecutorial team for 15 years. She's been able to help guide the court through some difficult policy decisions. She's always demonstrated the ability to view the situation from other perspectives and not just a prosecutorial perspective. I think this will serve her well in her new role as commissioner. And in commenting on her role as the MAP prosecutor, he says, in particular, we have a special graduation day when an individual is graduating. He says, on MAP graduation day, it was a pleasure to see Jennifer's honest joy at seeing a person graduate from the program. And then finally, Judge Carolyn Jewett with San Juan County District Court says, every one of my staff who's worked with Jennifer has loved having her in our courtroom. I think this speaks to Jennifer's professionalism and warmth. Perhaps her most standout quality is her kindness. She is kind and compassionate, both on and off the bench. Handling the criminal calendar, she demonstrates excellent judicial demeanor. I know that Jennifer will be an asset to the Snohomish County District Court bench because she's been such an asset to ours. So I think those speak volumes as to Jennifer's character as a person and her qualities and abilities. And I'm here tonight or this afternoon because I know the kind of judicial officer she's going to be. She understands and comes ready to address the challenges and opportunities presented in our court systems. She understands that the notion of justice is an essential component of the rule of law, that the courts, and in particular, a judicial officer, is what the public perceives as the embodiment of justice. She understands that by becoming a judicial officer, that as judicial officers, our commitment to justice is central to who we are, how we act, and what we represent. She understands that civility, that respectfulness and equity to all persons is the cornerstone of an effective and respected jurist. I know that Jennifer Millett will become a valuable contributing team member while working with the other judicial officers in the district court. I'm so very happy and pleased to see her and honor her tonight. And thank you.
Thank you, Judge Towers. Jennifer, if you could come forward, I'd like to administer your oath of office. Can you please raise your right hand for me and repeat after me? I, please state your name.
I, Jennifer Millett,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Washington,
and the laws of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge the duties of the office of District Court Commissioner
the duties of the office of the District Court Commissioner
according to the law and to the best of my ability.
according to the law and to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Jennifer, if I could ask your family to please come on up and assist us in putting on your robe. Thanks, you guys. Jennifer, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Judge Rancourt and members of the bench, thank you so much. I used to think that talking about myself was much harder, and today I've been proved wrong. It is much harder to sit here and listen to someone who you respect speak so kindly and to hear the other words that have been spoken about me today. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who came today. You are all have been such an important part of my development as an attorney, my development as a pro tem judge. And I sincerely thank you all for being here today to support me as I take this next step forward. I would be remiss to not speak specifically to Judge Gillings and Judge Towers, who for the last 15 years have just really shown me what it means to be a jurist who cares about what's going on in their community and how you can take those steps and administer justice in a way that is compassionate, that holds people accountable, and at the same time takes into account the things that are going on in their lives. And I really hope that I can continue to build on the foundation that they have helped establish in the Marysville Municipal Court and bring some of that into the Snohomish County District Court system. I also need to thank the members of the Snohomish County District Court bench for selecting me. I am truly honored and excited to be a welcome member. They have been so welcoming in the last month, just everyone in the different court systems as well, answering all of my questions and being ready and really making me feel a valuable member of the team before I even got there. So thank you all very much. I had the pleasure of working for Judge Nguyen when I first started out, and I've always said that I've been extremely fortunate because I had such a strong mentor and leader as the first judge. When you're back behind the scenes and you're learning what that judge looks like and what does that person look like, there is no one better than Judge Nguyen. And so I sincerely thank him for establishing that and showing so many different attorneys in Snohomish County what it means to be a judge and what that stoic, compassionate accountability looks like on the bench. And so those are the kind of the background and the mentors that I've been bringing, that I bring with me to the bench today. I'm excited to work with the probation department in the district court unit and to utilize those resources for the citizens of Snohomish County at a bigger level than what we were able to do in Marysville. My family is here today, and I'm so sorry. I come from a long line of criers, and I was hopeful that I would not do that. But as my husband is ever at the ready, I knew that I probably wouldn't get through that part. So growing up in Spokane, I knew that I wanted to be an attorney from the time that I was in the 6th grade. And I met some truly wonderful mentors. And one in particular, I was in elementary school, 6th grade. I knew that I wanted to be a prosecutor. I came home from this debate camp and I told my dad and I told my mom, I'm going to be an attorney. And not only that, I'm going to be a prosecutor. And 6th grade, 12 years old, my son is 12, and I can't imagine him having that type of experience. But I did, and I just stayed that course the entire time. And it was because of the role models that I had from my parents, that you're working every day towards being a better person. You're working every day in that work ethic that is installed so that you can be the best person that you can be. And that's really the foundation that I started with in my family. I went to law school and went to Gonzaga. I lived in Spokane. I didn't even know that Gonzaga existed at that point in time. And then I was fortunate enough to work my way through high school. I worked my way through Gonzaga. It was not something that was given to me. And I think that's where that work ethic was first installed, seeing my parents work 2 jobs to make everything work for my sister and I. And so I'm very thankful that he can be here, that they are here today, that my bonus mom, as I affectionately call her, is here. My mother was too sick to travel from Arizona, but I know that she is here in spirit and online. And that foundation of family that I hope to carry with me on the bench. I've also been very, very blessed for the last 23 years to be surrounded by my in-laws, the Crowder and the Millett family, who have just solely supported us every time that we needed something. Aggie and Roman have been there, taking Jake back and forth to school. When the twins, they were 2, some of you remember, they were 2 years old when I started working here at the county. And it takes a village, and it takes that community and that family. And I'm very, very blessed that I've been able to do that with their help. And I just wanted to say thank you today to all of them. I'm so thankful they could be here as well. And to my husband, Derek, who has truly been there from the beginning. Derek and I met when he was a second-year law student and I was a senior at Gonzaga. I knew that I was going to go to Gonzaga for law school at that point in time. It was helpful to have a 3rd year. For any of you attorneys, you understand what that's like to have a 3L when you're a 1L. It is lovely. But that's the type of relationship that we've had. We started out, we had nothing, driving around in the 71 GMC pickup truck, and from our move down to Texas when I was pregnant with twins, all the way back here, Derek has been that rock and that steady force. And I'm so fortunate that I have that family unit that's with me today, will continue to support me as I go forward on the bench. So I just thank you all for being here today, for taking this next step with me, for showing up and being that support system. I look forward to leaning on you for your guidance and your ideas and bringing all of that to the citizens of Snohomish County. I'd like to invite all of you over to the Marriott afterwards for a reception. I'd love it if you join us, come talk where I'm not shaking like a leaf. And I'll see you all there tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner, if you could please join your colleagues here on the bench. I would reiterate to please try and join us this afternoon for the reception and come celebrate Jennifer's success, Commissioner Millett's success. We're excited to have her join us. She's starting officially on Monday. With that, we'll be adjourned. All rise, please.